here. I'm going to be there for sure. But I actually did get a chance to check out the space you're in right now because I was in Sayulita last month and got to visit Josh, and he showed me around because we are actually looking at hosting some Walla business retreat fun / conference / just getaway time next year. And so we were looking at some spots, and that was one of the ones we were checking out. It's lovely to see you all. Thanks for the warm introduction, Josh. Always great to be a part of whatever you're bringing to the world. Guys, I have this presentation and I have my demo stuff up, but I just thought in an effort to be totally transparent and real and empathize with what you guys go through every day. It's one of those days as an entrepreneur and as a business owner where the decisions are not easy. And so I just wanted to take a minute as somebody who is in a similar position where every day we have clients that we are trying to do the best thing for, just like you are trying to do the best thing for your clients in your studio. We have financial decisions we have to make. We have decisions that we have to make for our team. And, it's just been a day where all of those things seem to be sometimes at odds with each other. And I know actually Jennifer's there, right? Jennifer, are you there from Twist? Jennifer Paul. Is she around? Hi.
Yes. Yep.
Is she jumping behind you? Hi.
Yes.
I have to tell you that I channeled you all morning this morning because I was in some intense decision making. Maybe that was weird. Sorry.
She said, I muted really quick. She said, you were drinking this morning?
I channeled you. Oh, you were drinking. So I had to come back to our core values today to make decisions. 100% period. I was paralyzed. What do I do? What do we do? And I literally sat there and thought about the presentation that Jennifer did for the Yogapreneur Collective not that long ago. It was on social media, talking about how she comes back to her core values in decision making, and it really takes the stress out of decision making. And Danielle as well, you're somebody I really look up to in this regard. I think it's it's challenging day to day. And so anyway, I just wanted to say a quick thank you. And I was in that mode today where I had to come back to our core values as a team. And part of why Josh and I have aligned so clearly throughout the years is that we do have a similar mission and we do have similar values. And at the end of the day, it's about making our current customers successful so that you can be who you want to be and show up in the world for your clients as the most impactful, passionate, and supportive businesses that you can be. So just wanted to launch with that because it's been a day already and it's 10 a.m. here. But I will just quick show of hands. How many of you guys there are on Walla right now? I know I saw Heather and Jen. Hi, guys. So a handful of you guys are on Walla already. So I apologize to you if this is going to be a little bit boring because I'm going to show a few things, but hopefully some of it is actually reminder on what we can do in the software and why it's important in the moment now. Let me share my screen really quickly. And by the way, for those of you that I haven't met yet or that I don't know yet, how I just started this meeting is how I am. I'm very transparent with what's going on in our business and in the world and with me. So what you see is what you get, just for the record. All right. Can everybody see my screen now?
Yeah, we got you.
Cool. All right. So for those of you, again, that don't know, we actually formed our company in March of 2020 is when we officially incorporated. So fantastic timing to build a fitness business. But it actually ended up being quite a blessing because we got to be very heads down while the world was kind of quiet, while you guys were figuring out what to do with your businesses. But the beauty of it was we got to notice, we got to watch, we got to see what pivots happened, what were knee-jerk reactions to stay open versus what actually stuck around and was creating meaningful change in the industry. And we also got to see how consumer behavior changed. And that's a big part of what you'll see in our platform and the direction our business is going, is responding to a very different type of consumer that we have now. I like to say, and this is starting to become a little bit of a catchphrase, but we are in a phase of the cautious consumer. And so we wanted to arm studios with the ability to respond to the cautious consumer and to empower the cautious consumer to still be an active, engaged member of your business. So that was kind of our North Star as we were moving forward, was to make sure that we were helping you guys get more people moving all the time, moving, breathing, engaged with your services. So we knew that this kind of new consumer was entering a new modern phase with the way they purchased, the way they interacted with businesses, and the way they purchased services specifically. So we wanted to make sure that the modern yoga studio was supported. And who we are just as a business, our founders have, including myself, have extensive industry experience. So it's not just me. My quick background is that I started out teaching yoga on the side of my sales career in my early 20s and quickly fell in love with the practice. And like many of you can attest to, wanted to make it my life. I took a huge career leap and left my very profitable, very successful career in corporate world and ran and took a job managing a large yoga studio here in San Diego, and had to learn all things software, all things managing part-time employees, which I know is, I think you guys, I'm sure you guys talked about hiring in teams there. Is that part of the deal this week?
Always.
Yeah, always. That was quite a shock to my system, managing part-time employees who were not dedicated 100% of their time to my business, but also realized very quickly that the industry was very far behind the rest of the world. So the fitness industry in general didn't seem to be adapting technology in the same way that many other businesses do, and that immediately became something I felt compelled to change. We also started Walla as a Pledge 1% company. Those of you that know me know that I am an advocate of being active in your community. And so rather than, since we're not profitable yet, rather than kind of just putting something out there to look like we're doing something for the world, because most of the 1% or the benefit corporations require a donation of profits. We decided to pledge 1% of our time to the communities because that's something we have right now and that we can give back. And it's a lot of fun. We do community volunteer events with our local team, and we give all of our employees time off to do volunteer work once a quarter. And then the other thing that I think is really critical in any of you making decisions to support businesses and how I imagine you hope people make decisions in supporting you, we decided early on to, that we were going to have to raise more money to do this, but we wanted all of our team to be employees and not outsourced. And we wanted everybody on the team to have equity in the company. So anybody that you interact with at any given point in time at Walla is a part owner in our business. And that's intentional. It means that they are committed, they are dedicated, they care about not just the business, but our clients, like I think nobody else would. So that's who Walla is from the core. And we are very excited to be revolutionizing this industry's software so that you guys can get and keep more people moving in your businesses. People ask all the time, like, what are the wins? Why is Walla different? What are the things that make you guys stand out? There are a ton of different options out there. So while it's hard to pull just a few in, I chose 6 that I think really help us stand out. I don't have to read through all of these for you, but first things first, we've allowed businesses to seamlessly run virtual hybrid studios. This may not end up being the long-term play for some studios, but other studios are still having a lot of success with it. So we wanted to make sure at any given point in time, if you wanted to pivot, if you wanted to play with having different or additional revenue streams or engaging different types of clients in your business, that it wasn't a headache for you or your staff to do. So I think those of you on Walla can attest that this is something that we've made quite simple to leverage. The next thing was that, you know, in interviewing people and working with a number of different businesses before coming to Walla, we consistently heard that your clients struggled with their current software. So it was going to be imperative for us to make an easy, modern experience that mirrored as much as possible making purchases on Instagram. I mean, how many of you have seen an ad on Instagram and within 30 seconds purchased the pair of shoes or the, you know, archive book for your kids' art projects? Very specific example, but I've done it. Anyway, we wanted as much as possible to make that experience similar so that when someone feels called to engage with your business, to try something new, to finally give it a go, to step in the door of your yoga studio, that it was frictionless and that they were going to be able to do it with ease. And in that, we wanted to make sure that their continued engagement was really, really seamless. And so we intentionally built our Walla app to be facing you as the business. We didn't want it to be an aggregator, like, you know, a ClassPass or a MindBody. We wanted them to be able to log in and be faced with your brand, how they're engaging with your brand, your announcements, your details, everything that made them feel like this is a place that is home to them with your business. So easy engagement, easy to get questions answered and make changes to their account. And same thing on your website. We wanted to make sure that it's easy to find you and make purchases, and created widgets that would convert at a high rate. Our personality quiz is really probably our most unique feature in the industry. I don't know anybody else doing anything like this, but I thought it would be fun for you guys to all take the personality quiz today if you haven't yet. So I'm gonna stop the share and pull out a QR code for everybody. What you'll have to do is create an account with the demo site that I'll have up here in just a moment. And when you create an account, it will invite you to take the personality test, and you'll get a link to do that. So you don't have to do it right now, but sometime today, I'd love for you guys to take this personality test. I'll pull up the QR code right now, and you can see what that is like. So one of the great things about Walla is that we have a really, really easy way to check in clients for a class. So let me go to my schedule today, and let's say we're checking into the 10:45 class. I'll add you guys to the live stream roster because that's not full yet. If somebody walks into your business or you want to use a QR code to generate new clients, you can do that straight from the schedule screen. So everybody here can screenshot this. You can create your account with Walla. All you need is an email, phone number, and password. And then you'll get an email inviting you to complete your account. Let me know when everybody's got it. Are we good?
One more sec.
Okay.
I got mine. You'll have me in there 50 times.
Take the test differently. The funny thing is I've tried to take the test differently a couple times. Like I try to trick it, but still be myself, and I still always get the same result. So
Get the same one. As a side note, we have a special workshop tonight, Laura, and just for everyone, it's going to be on Enneagram.
Oh,
So
cool.
What's cool is if you do this personality quiz and we see where we land, and then you see your Enneagram, I don't know. You might learn a lot about yourself real quick here.
Yes, I love it. And guys, just so everybody knows, the personality quiz here is not like just some goofy thing we threw together. We worked with researchers from MIT, Penn State, Stanford. This is something that leading behavioral psychologists have been working on diligently to help people understand the motivation behind building a habit. And this is specific to wellness practices. And actually, the company that we worked with for this just won a multi-million-dollar contract with the US Air Force, leveraging this personality quiz, this technology, and giving kind of coaching to the US military. So we're really, really proud of them and excited to see where the combination of our use of the quiz and their use of the quiz there is going to help us learn more and be able to give you guys more and more insight on how to leverage it with your clients. All right.
I think we got it.
Okay, cool. Next quick thing. Oh, I was on the wrong, just on a different tab. Sorry, guys. Gotta go back to my presentation. So from the personality quiz perspective, a lot of people, and maybe some of you there, are always wondering how you can use this in the most effective way. There are two ways that you can leverage the personality quiz from a bigger picture. One is in studio. So we give you a video training and then PDFs with understanding what each of the 4 personality types need when it comes to motivation and communication. So while I know it's not easy to say like, oh, all of my staff is going to be trained on exactly how to speak to these people, you can generally start to have these conversations with your team. If you see a giver, if you see a thinker, there are some very easy, quick things that you can do when engaging with those clients that are going to make them feel a little more disarmed, more comfortable, and more motivated to walk back in the door of your business. So you'll read about it once you do your personality test, and you'll be able to understand what you need. All right, so the last few things that I feel like are really, really standout wins for Walla are dashboards and KPI reporting. We spent a lot of time over the last 6 months with some of our earlier clients. Thank you to those of you who are there and were a part of helping us develop our reporting. We wanted to make reporting easy to understand, easy to see, and actionable in the system. So we had to go through a few iterations to make sure it met all the needs of all the businesses, but I think we've really landed in a place where you now can access easy KPIs. And just a quick fun aside, we are working on a release in the short term that will be actually emailing your KPI reports to you every month. So you literally don't have to run anything. And thank goodness we have Josh and some of his team here to help us define what those metrics are. Okay, and then text and email automations. This is something we're working on right now. We are launching our first version of the first automation this week. I will actually give you guys just kind of a quick aside on that. The email and text message automations that we're releasing are going to be pre-built initially, where you can obviously change the copy, but we will set the segmentation and the triggers. And we will be moving towards a more customized approach to it where you can build segments and triggers yourself. But the good news is we will be adding a sales pipeline that will be automated. You can see people moving through it. You can communicate with them from there. And for those of you maybe who were on Loyal Snap before, I know Loyal Snap had something sort of similar, and we'll be having a client engagement dashboard. So you can see a list of people who have no-showed for their first visit or didn't come back after their first visit, or are a really great upsell potential because they've taken more than 5 classes during their intro offer, or are in their first 30 days of membership, like really, really critical to engage with those people. So we're building these like mini databases where you'll be able to have quick and easy access to the groups of people that are most important to engage with. We get the question all the time, and I not that I feel like I have to get on my soapbox about this, but we get the question all the time, are you guys going to be around a few years from now? Like, is this a business that we can say yes to and believe is going to still be here? And the answer is yes. We have worked our butts off. And for those of you ladies out there, I can tell you it was quite the experience pitching dozens and dozens of VCs where I was the only woman in the room 99% of the time, after never pitching VCs before. but we did it. We have a really solid base and roadmap to get to profitability as a company. So we feel very confident, and we've got an awesome support system, to be frank. Like the network of people in our investor group is fantastic. They know our industry, they know software, and we feel poised to really, really be the company that finally disrupts the existing players. That's Danielle. I'll be sending this to you guys, but we have a little Walla love. So Danielle's talking about here is probably too quiet for you guys to hear, but she's talking about one of the favorite things that she loves about Walla is that Walla is a mobile-friendly, mobile-first platform. So rather than needing an app that only gives you like a sliver of what's actually in your software, you can do everything you need to do. The screens adjust to phone size, and you can run your business from your phone. This is just a little bit of love from some of our clients, and this is as much as I want to do a sales pitch today, because I don't feel like I need to. I just want to hear what you guys are wondering, and if there are questions about what we're capable of doing, who we're best for, what's working. If there are frank questions about what's not working, I just want to be an authentic voice for you guys, because I know these are always big decisions in who you're partnering with.
I'll ask the group, Laura, and then I can reiterate.
Oh
them
yeah,
to you
you're
so
the
you
voice.
So,
thank you.
Yeah. Questions, thoughts, concerns, what's coming up next? Appointments. Can you update us on appointments?
Yep. So we are in the final stages of building appointments. Basically, we're done. It's moving into our QA. So now they will just be testing and testing and testing for any bugs and anything that isn't working as intended. That process can take anywhere from a month to a couple months. So the hope is that we'll be launching appointments at the very end of this year. But we're really excited. The people that we've had as early kind of helpers in the process of building and who have been testing out some of the features are loving it and have given us the feedback that it's much easier to use than MindBody. I'll actually, if you want, I can give you guys a quick sneak peek of what it looks like in Walla. But yeah, we know that is a critical piece for a lot of businesses.
And as you're bringing it up, Laura, so because that completes the trifecta of classes, enrollments, and appointments, and them all working together and all working online and everything. Yep,
exactly. Yeah, and not that this affects you, but the kind of final piece of the not trifecta, quadrilateral is just having a check-in time. So like basically an open check-in window for businesses that have kind of an open gym type concept. So that'll be next. So your appointment schedule is essentially like a Google Calendar. It will be, a schedule that you can see your appointments. You can also show your classes and your enrollments on this as well. So you can see everything living together in one place. You can book an appointment from here, or you can add a block. So let's say I'm on Catherine and I want to block off her time from X time to X time any day that's different from her normal availability. I can do that right here from the calendar. You can allow it to repeat as well. But if I were to add an appointment, let's say I'm going to do an appointment for Natalie with Michael Scott. Does he have any appointments? I don't know. No matching appointments. What are you doing with Alex? It's Alex. Yeah. So you can schedule this. You can see, okay, I'd like to book something on Friday, or I'm sorry, December 5th. It'll show you the times that are available. You can actually override. So if you're a teacher that's like, you know what, forget it. I know I need to squeeze them in a time that's not available normally on my schedule. You can do that from the front desk, but that's obviously never available if you have this posted online. So you can say, all right, great. I'd like to do 11:15. This person already has, or I'm sorry, this is must be a free appointment for this person. You can book it. But we do actually have the ability to use a plan to pay for appointments. And for those people that are booking online, we have the ability to require payment ahead of time, require a deposit. So a portion of that payment, maybe it's like a 50% deposit, or you can book them unpaid. So you'll have the ability to do that as settings. And then from a staff perspective, if I wanted to look at the different staff members' appointment availability, you can see that on their calendar. They set their availability from a standard, a standard perspective. And then you can add an event to their calendar at any time. So you can say, great, I want to add an appointment, and you can do that process from the teacher as well. So for those of you that have teachers that are running, their calendars and their day-to-day booking with everybody, and they need to be able to do this quickly from their phones, this is all mobile friendly and very easy to use. So that's the general landscape of how appointments work. I don't think we have the widgets to demo yet for you. Let me just double check if that's there. Yeah, I don't think we've put it into the demo site yet. No, not yet. But the widgets are very much like if you were booking at a nail salon or at, getting a massage, you select your type of appointment, who you'd like, or any teacher. And then you select your time from their availability and book based on the settings, like I mentioned before, with either payments upfront, no required payment, or a deposit. And for those of you that do like massage or wellness services at your business, just quick aside, we do have tipping in here as well. That's a question we get a lot.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay.
Anything else, guys?
Other questions or thoughts? Retail.
So we have right now the ability to add retail, to sell retail, to have cost associated with it. I will tell you that is probably the weakest part of our software if I had to pick something, just straight transparency. We are adding inventory management next year. I don't have a time frame on it. But what we are adding in the very near term is a much more detailed retail report. So you can do reporting on, what's been sold in a more granular way by supplier, by product, by category. So it's going to make life easier on those of you who are doing retail right now. Currently, you have to do an Excel export to see the details of what's being sold in retail to manage your inventory.
It is all there. It's just the export that you have to take this step up.
Right.
Is the vision for retail online sales too?
Yes, most likely it'll be an integration with Shopify or something of that nature. Like, I don't think we need to reinvent the wheel when it comes to e-commerce. That's not the business we're in. I try and think of our software as like, what is the core product that Walla wouldn't exist without? And in a lot of ways, Walla could exist without retail and definitely without online retail. So when I think of like the priorities on our roadmap, I'm much more focused on automations and getting a marketing suite out than I am online retail. But it's, the more it becomes prevalent, the more requests we get, the more we'll start to prioritize it. So definitely interested if you guys are making that a big part of your business model moving forward.
What else?
Anything, guys?
We've been frying their brains all morning. I think.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I actually want you to have fun. Like, you're on a retreat right now. You don't need to listen to a lot more about software. I just want to let you know, we would love to have you as a Walla client. Our family of studios is awesome. And more than anything, I'm so grateful to be aligned with Josh and his crew there, because I know that we're all moving in the same direction. We're really trying to do something pretty amazing for the yoga industry, and you're going to be in really good company. So have a great time, you guys. I really wish I was there with you. Enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy Sayulita. Are you guys going into town at all or no?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Careful with the walk back and if you're walking back. That's a treacherous walk after a few margaritas.
Most people got lost already doing that, so I think we won't do that. All right, Laura, we really appreciate you. Thanks for jumping on. Thanks for sponsoring the summit. And I'm sure everyone will fill out that quiz and reach out about checking out the software more. So
yeah, absolutely. Have fun, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.